Here is a box, a musical box, wound up and ready to play. But this box can hide a secret inside. Can you guess what's in it today? It's the Commander. Hello, Commander. Is this the Badness 20th year anniversary Commander's Corner? Have you been busy? Are you busy today? What's that over there making that noise? Let's go have a look then, shall we? Well, you don't see that every day. Well, here we are at the facility. Time for some mischief. At the facility. I'm just going to go change into something a bit more appropriate in the special changing facility room. The train you can see in the background is the Berliner. It was part of the original train carriage that carried Elvis and all the American troops across into Germany in 1958. In fact, I think I see Elvis. Let's go have a word, shall we? So here we are inside the actual buffet carriage of the Berliner and Elvis. What's it like to be back on the train all these years later, travelling through Germany?
It's fantastic. I was just trapped like an normal GI. I had lots to eat as well. It was good fun.
Excellent, excellent. And it looked a bit familiar, the chap who was with the earlier on. Was that John Lennon?
Imagine.
Talking of John Lennon, let's go over to our roving reporter in New York City outside the Dakota building.
Hello there. Well, here we are in New York on Central Park West and West 72nd Street, outside the world-famous Dakota building. And it was on this very spot, right here, well, actually it was here, this spot, that Mark Chapman stood and waited in prayer for his chance to assassinate John Lennon. Outside of the Dakota building, which is just over across the road there. His actual apartment is at the top, right-hand corner, if you come past the trees there. It's the top one, just over there, which we've been just told.
Dane Park, Orchard Park.
Orchard Park Flats. And so I just thought I'd tell you that this is the actual spot, a place that's synonymous in history. Assassination to John Lennon, John Winston Lennon. Outside the Dakota building in New York City. This is Mike Watts, roving reporter for Badness TV.
Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. You have made my life complete, and I love you so.
As well as this year being the 20th anniversary of Badness, you probably know it's also the 70th anniversary of the D-Day landings across in Normandy in France. This American tank It's like the ones that was used on the American beaches of Omaha and Utah on that particular day, June the 6th, 1944. Not many people know what happened to the German casualties of D-Day landings. But let's find out, shall we? Over to our roving reporter at the underground German hospital on the island of Guernsey. Thank you, Commander. Well, here we are at the underground German military hospital in Guernsey. As you can see, where they brought all the wounded Germans off the D-Day landing. I'm just about to go in and have a look, so let's have a look, shall we? So here we are, deep underground in the military hospital. Bring you over to show you one of the wards, original beds. The hospital held over 800 wounded soldiers. Obviously it was a lot better if you died in this one, because straight opposite was a mortuary. It's very eerie down here, but very spooky as well. The actual underground hospital took 3 years to build, from 1940 to 1943, by the population, obviously slavery, of the Guernsey people. This is a reconstruction of how they built all the tunnels and dug out and all the work that went involved, if you can see that. Original tunnelling, just left as it was. As you can see, this is part of the original track that all the rocks was moved away from as they was building the tunnels. So there we have it, a historical place on the Channel Islands. Back to the commander at the facility. The Blackburn bomber plane, used during the war to transport parachutists, various military equipment, i.e. tanks and everything. A huge plane that was actually built just up the road from the facility in Brough at the Blackburn Leisure Aerospace site. A huge plane. So here we are at the top of the plane where the parachutists used to jump out. And as I said earlier on, this plane was actually built at the Blackburn factory in Brough, just up the road from the facility. Like I said, we do a lot of gigs there now, quite regularly. And talking about gigs, over to our roving reporter at the Crown, live on stage. It's amazing, getting a bit warm in here. Anybody warm? Sweaty coffee. It may be warm in here. But once again, I have to tell you, it's not as warm in here as it is over in the Middle East. Stop there. This is one of the Allies' coastal defence guns, obviously to protect the British Isles during the war. But what about the German defence guns? You never see any of them? Oh dear. Let's go back to our roving reporter in Guernsey. Maria. Not just a name, but a gun turret on Castle Cornet, in the island of Guernsey. Let's have a look, see what the defence was. Come on in. As you can see, obviously the German war defences, you know, watching out for the invading British through here. Obviously this was, you know, like a swivel kind of gun, you know. And yes, very moving to be in where the Nazis were firing at British troops, actually. But that's the war. Cannons have been used in warfare over centuries. But let's have a look at some rail cannons working. Back to our roving reporter, the commander, over in Guernsey. Thank you, Commander. Here we are at Castle Cornet on Guernsey. Special ceremony. As you can see, little bang there, little pump bang. I think that's the only one that they're going to do. There was only supposed to be one. Obviously there is two. But so from the island of Guernsey, back to you, Commander of the facility. As you know, it's the 20th year anniversary of Badness, and every year, for the past 10 years, we've done a special gig, the Crombie Club, at the Piper venue in Hull. So let's have a look at last year's Crombie, to give you an idea of what the night's all about. One of the Allies' air-sea defence bunkers looking out over the coast of England. Obviously the Germans had similar bunkers dotted right along the Atlantic wall. In fact, let's go over to our roving reporter, the commander.
And now over to Coronation Street.
So here we are on the set, Victoria Court, where Carla lives in Coronation Street. And our mini tour begins here. Follow me. First of all, we have Owen's construction garage, or whatever you want to call it, a construction site, which happens to be directly opposite Fred Elliott, I say it, Ashley, Butchers, and we have Royal Rose display. Let's go have a look, shall we? Come on. it's not about anymore, but Roy's Rolls, yeah. That's the prima donna, which I believe Chesney is trying to buy now, so I'm informed. And then right opposite, we have Michelle Keegan's flat, which I've forgotten the character's name, which is Tina. It's Tina McIntyre. She lives there. Onward. So now we enter Rosamond Street. And as you can see, we have the street cars. Arlo's Buys, which is Deirdre's daughter, who is called, I do know this, really good. But anyway, she owns it with Carla's brother as well, whose name eludes me at the minute. But you know it is because you watch it, so Barlow's Buys.
Tracy.
Yeah, it's Tracy Barlow. Of course, Tracy Barlow and Rob. Yeah, that's it. Bus stop.
All right, you still.
The famous street. As you can see, the Rovers return. And, you know, the rest of the street. And who knows, we might see a couple of, meerkats knocking around here, have been seen. But we'll head towards the Sally Ginnell at the back of the houses. Come on this way. Yes, what a wonderful street. But, oh no, it isn't. What's known as an optical illusion, I believe, but very, very good. I'm very impressed with that. It's got on the Ginnell. Come on.
Why? This is the Ginnell. That's what I do the illusion.
It's my heart to see good money going up in smoke. Where are you going?
Oh, yes, Betty.
That was the back of the Rovers. This is the proper Ginnell. This way. All the gates are locked, so you should probably get a better view than what I am.
Salford girl marries in London, but then finds love in later life.
A lot's gone on with these down here. A bit of a... I can hear Hilda Ogden, so we must be getting close to the Ogden's backyard. Hello, I wish I had. I believe Jack Duckworth's pigeon loft is over here. Come on. Of course, this looks like a pigeon loft. As you can see, they're all screwed shut, so we can't get in, but have a quick look around. Famous Ginnell. Deb's Corner Shop. Deb's Corner Shop. St Nick's Bistro, where the tram came on, into the cabin. It nearly killed Rita. Finally, it's the Webster's Garage, just tucked round the corner. Next to Underworld, obviously. metres flat. And then one final shot around, and that concludes the Badness Coronation Street tour. Thank you for calling, it's been a pleasure accompanying you around the world of Coronation Street, courtesy of Badness. Who knows where we'll end up next. Back to our roving reporter on the island of Guernsey. So here we are on the island of Guernsey in a reconstruction museum of a typical street in Guernsey in 1945. As you can see here, we have a reenactment of a butcher's with a typical people stood outside in the dress sense that there was over 70 years ago. There's a rally shop with the bikes, and as we move further along, an old fire engine, if we can get that in. 1931 Albion Merryweather. I guess it was used a lot during the war. And as we move on, this is a BSA British Allied motorbike, which was brought over in the Liberation in 1945. So a typical trip down memory lane to see what life was like during the Second World War in occupied Guernsey. Back to the commander. Well, time to stop play just for today. The commander and Badness must go away.
So, be quick. The gorillas are approaching.
I've got to get changed back into my suit because I've got to get gigs to do. Thank you for calling. Been a great call there. I hope you've enjoyed the 20th anniversary. Well, I've got to get off. Commander! I don't know where I am!
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or the one. Scotty! Beam me up!
Right, can't stop. Thanks for listening. course, all this Stargate stuff, it's just used really for special effects. It's not real. What we really use is a vortex manipulator.
And well, that's alright, Mama. That's alright with you. That's alright, Mama. Just any way you do. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright.